amazing circuit. Very tight. It's quite difficult to overtake. Didn't particularly favour the Audi. We clearly weren't running the same sort of pace as everybody else through the course of the weekend.
It was a very brief race, unfortunately. We started in 12th, which wasn't horrible, but it had rained right before the race, and it was a big question of what tires to go on. So we went on slicks, and everyone went on slicks. It was dry enough it was very safe. Started the race, and it was going very well for me. I mean, I think I made up two places in the first corner. Second corner, made a couple more, and the car was working fabulously, and I was just making up a lot of time quickly. So by the time I came around after the first lap, I was going into Druids, making another pass. I think I had two people actually, and I was on the outside, and basically I got shoved from the side, parallel right into the barrier, and pretty much destroyed the car. So I feel bad for the team. It was a lot of work. The car's in bad shape. I'm fine. They put me in the medical center check me out. I'm fine.
It was looking good. Mike had gone from 12th to 7th on the first lap and was going for 6th and put into the barrier, which, you know, can't really do too much about. Unfortunately, we just got to pick ourselves up and move on to the next round. That's all you can say. That's all you can do at this point.
It was quite fraught at the start, quite a bit going on, and we were looking to really just keep out of trouble for the opening few laps. I think through attrition we got down to 8th place, and then we had a big issue behind the safety car. We had a Vantage hold us up for, I think it probably cost us about 35 seconds, which was annoying, and then thought we opened it up with a pit stop window, and John had a spin, which is no surprise, you know, going out on brand new slicks in these wet conditions.
We were going to keep the same old tyres on because it was raining quite heavily. We discussed it because I thought that we could hit the ground running because we have warm tyres, which would mean those few 5 out laps on the wet weather we'd really get to go, because when you go on cold tyres, even the new, the car wheel spins regardless, you know. So when I left the pits, it's quite comical really that I was going so steady, I thought, and Richard was just on the headset saying to me, right, be really careful, it's raining quite badly, one thing, and as soon as he said it, I spun. But I managed to turn into the spin and just do like a full circle and get going again, but a bit embarrassing really. But I think if we hadn't have had the 30 odd seconds mess up with the Aston and the safety car not being close enough, because we were catching the Mercedes, which was 6th I think, at the end, and I think if we'd been nearer we probably could have got them, but at the moment there's no way we can live with those Ferraris around here, no way at all.
Unfortunately, it's a 1.5 point race, so we got 0 points. We're leading the championship going in, and we had a pretty big lead, so I think we're going to be up in the top 1 or 2 or 3, whatever. So it isn't as horrible as it sounds, but we have no room for error now the rest of the year.
So the next race is in Belgium Spa. We did a one-off test a couple of weeks ago, which felt like it went really well. I've never actually been to Spa at all before. I think we were relatively on the pace for what our car can do.
I've raced around there once before, and I did a 5-lap test in the Audi. Obviously, unfortunately we had problems on that test day, but I have done a small amount of laps around there, which is better than nothing.
It's a great circuit. I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's the best circuit that I've probably ever driven, and it's very long. You know, it should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to going back to the 1-hour format in both races. You know, it gives us a bit more involvement as a gentleman driver through the weekend, because we get to qualify as well.
I have a little adventure before then. I'm going to go race Spa next weekend in another car, in a different car, in a Mosler that I tested last week. So I'm doing that 2 weeks in advance of our race to get some practice. I'm just going to do a race in another car, learn the track. I think Matt and I have got our work cut out for us. We're going to have to get some points back.